Hello, comrades. Welcome back to Workers and Resources. Soviet Republic. My name, of course, is Little Potato. That's right, we're back. And to tell you what, things are looking pretty good in the whole Disneyland of greater area. I'm really happy with how this airport is turning out. And to be honest, it's almost done. It really is. I mean, so much so that I think we probably should think about getting some tourism-related helicopter delivery services up and running. So that's what we're going to do, at least for a little bit of this episode. I do indeed hope so. What are we waiting to be completed here? We got a couple of taxiways that we're waiting for. We need asphalt that's coming through here. We need a few more workers over here. That's the problem. I see. That is the issue. Also, looks like we probably need a little bit more. Oh, we need a little bit more steel in this storage facility there, but of course there should be an absolute abundance of steel right over yonder, and it does indeed look like that is the case. Now, in good news, it looks like we are entirely on top of our coal manufacturing procedure, so that's good. Our manufacturing procedure, our refining procedure is probably a better term. Production in this building was stopped. Yeah, that can't really happen. That should never really happen. Yeah, that's worrying, actually. That's really worrying. You instead don't go to the heating plant. Go to this area here. There we go. Because I believe this is all within walking distance. Yeah, it's all within walking distance of both of the heating plants. Okay, that's fine. Put it this way, everything is looking real good. We are round about 30% of the way through construction of the Tu-144. We're almost done with the next big old cargo boat that I'm very excited to bring online, which we can use to transport coal. It's going to be very helpful when that happens. A couple of comments to address straight away. Firstly, one was with regards to setting up a local aluminium delivery route. We already do that. We are not importing any steel or any aluminium, so literally everything in this Tu-144, with the exception of fabric, mechanical components, electronic components, and electronics, and plastics, actually. Actually, now that I think about it, there's quite a lot of stuff that isn't made locally. The vast majority of it isn't made locally. However, that being said, the 50 tons of aluminium is made locally, and that's what I was trying to hint at. Plastics, we can absolutely sort that out, and there is no reason why we shouldn't sort that out, frankly. I think that we can transport plastics via helicopter, right? I mean, that seems like a pretty wacky thing to do, right? It does seem like an option. However, we are going to have to squeeze a helipad in here somewhere. I'm not really sure that I have the space around these parts to squeeze a helicopter in. I mean, we could always move this. Thing. I mean, I would love to move things by helicopter, but we also don't have to. It's not imperative. Is there space for a helicopter pad over in this vicinity? I mean, let me just sort of zone this out a little bit here. It does look like it's going to fit, especially if we just tweak this road a smidgeroony. Yeah, you know what? I don't think that this is going to necessarily work too badly at all. Okay. Plastic via helicopter. It's whack, and I kind of love it. Also, we should do something like this. Hold on. Ditch that, and give me that. Excellent. Okay, so that's going to be the helicopter delivery receiving point, the drop-off point, if you'd like. And then at the other end, we are going to have another pad over here. Now, yeah, I'm not going to be able to delete this bit until everything gets off it. Is that going to happen? There's a lot of meat that's being dropped off here. Okay, it will absolutely happen. Wonderful. Okay, let's do an orbital potato classic and remove some power cable that probably won't be put back down for a good long time, but that's fine. We could also incorporate, you know, a helicopter platform into the general sort of vibe of this area, actually. Thinking about it. Also, this is... That's probably not terrible, actually. Yeah. So let's do something like that. Then... Whoa, no. It flicked away at the last moment. Yeah, something like that. Then ditch this. And then go to factory connections. And we will stick in a factory connection around here. And... Okay, we're going to have to do it in 2 connections, but that's just fine. He says, with a degree of confidence. I mean, can that not just connect up, please? Yeah, okay. Alright, there we go. Then we were able to do it in 1 anyway. Fine. So... This is gonna mess up. This is gonna mess up everything, isn't it? Yeah, unloaded meat storage. Oh, maybe it does. Maybe it won't, actually. Maybe it won't. Maybe that'll work out just fine. Okay, so let's get fuel. Boom. Let's get fuel on here. Also, the building is without power supply. Yes, that will happen. My goodness gracious me. I can't believe that I yet again completely neglected to consider replacing the power cabling. There we go. All right. He's done it. He's done it. He's only gone and bloomin' done it. Right. We've got some airplane parking over here for good reason. Let's get 2 helicopters, because I can't afford a 3rd one. I really should make my own helicopters, as I feel I'm just using them. I'm using them so much. I'm using them so much recently. And I love it. I really, really love it. Also, we're going to have a little checkup on the steel setup, because the steel setup is going to make us mega money. And that's what I'm all about. Mega money. Okay, dispatch. Let's go and have a little peek at you. And then we will copy that over there and get you to dispatch 2. Wonderful. What do you know? We're finally going to be able to actually make plastics, and we're going to be able to use them locally, which is very, very exciting. So, fabric and electronic components, that's kind of all required in order to make the TU-144 entirely locally. I'm not necessarily bothered about making things entirely locally, but, I mean, it kind of seems silly to not take that opportunity to do that, you know? I feel like we should, if we can, make it locally. It's kind of what this game is all about, I suppose, if you think about it. Right, so let's get that down over there. Let's get that dispatched. And away you go. There we go. Plastics are starting to be produced yet again, which is kind of great. Kind of love it. Now, there is a road that I did need to fix. Oh my goodness, look at this cabling mess. It's just, oh, it's just crazy. Just crazy. It is working, though. It is working. It's all looking good. It's all looking good. Crazily enough, though, we do just need more... We need more workers in the aluminium plant, I think. Let's tweak that a little bit. There we go. See if that makes any difference. To be honest, we need more workers in this town in general. Yeah, I'm pretty certain that we could do with just getting way more housing in this part of the world. And I'm not saying that would necessarily fix all of our problems, but it would make a big old difference. I kind of want to ditch this old city house and maybe instead get some new ones, but instead I'll ditch the smaller ones, because the smaller ones, I mean, we don't really need to bother about relocating the people. Yeah, just do that. And then I will manually get rid of the paths. Also, I'm surprised at how little I've needed to use all of the, I guess, like, overpass things, the overpass structures. I think that's probably just because I started my playthrough and designed all of the factory connections and whatnot around, and all the factory layout around not being able to bridge over factory connections. But I feel like I should be using them a lot more than I actually am. But maybe that's just me. Okay, that's looking good. Can we fit another one in here? I was kind of working on the basis that I could. There's space. And you debated me. You debated me, video game. You said there was a connection there. Alas, c'est la vie. There was not. Okay, let's get that all built. I don't know if there's anyone... Oh, there are actually a couple of adults living with their parents at the moment. So that's great that we're going to be able to find some houses for them. That's cracking. That's really, really good. We've got some students that are waiting. That's okay. I'm really, really hoping that this winter doesn't torpedo my vibes. And also torpedo lives. Lives and vibes. Both very important. Very, very important indeed. We would like to torpedo neither, if at all possible. Anyway, that is what it is. We also probably want to see if we can maybe get a smidgen more coal transport going over to Iron Excavia here. Although I think we're okay for coal now. It says we're okay for coal. It says we're also okay for iron. Remarkably, I think we're good. I will say though, this is a shockingly low number of people. Are there too many people waiting to get up to the mine? Is that the problem? Mine's only got 81 people. 50-something people. Also, how on earth is that working without it? How on earth does that not have a power supply? It does. There we go. I guess the wind turbine is just pretty chill about whether it wants to work. Okay, I see the problem. So we basically just stopped having as many people consistently working at the steel mill. I mean, that's fine. It's not the end of the world. To be honest, it's probably a good sign that we need to think about getting more and more people just living and working in this vicinity. We also need bigger trains that are capable of carrying more people. Yeah, because we've got people that are timing out on the platform here. That is no good. That is no good at all. Also, it's winter. Say goodbye to many people. Right, I'm going to do something real quick. We're going to nab one of these, one of those, one of those. We're going to get you to come back into here. And we're going to see if we can try and double up. Oh, that train already is doubled up, actually. We're going to see if we can try and double up all of the trains. Anyway, yeah, that train is already doubled up. I want the subsequent train. There we go. We should basically have a 2-carriage long tram as standard now. There should be no excuses. We should have double length cars as standard. How's the death rate looking? Death rate is looking great. Very, very good. Very, very happy with that. You're coming back in here. Kraken. You can come back in too. Let's get a tram. We got 3. There we go. And you can start. And these are the extras that I bought because we'll need both of the extras in order to attach to existing trains. There we go. Let's get you to come down here. This is looking good. I think it's just a couple of small tweaks like this that are going to make a big old difference. There we go. Dispatch you. Excellent. We are also a little bit low on the old ruble there, but that's fine. And dispatch. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be okay. There's a traffic jam. A snowplow traffic jam. Oh, come on. Really? That's not a traffic jam. That's not a traffic jam at all. That's just a bad bit of parking. That's just a bad bit of parking. All right. Well, deaths are still looking very much under control, which I like. That's good news. There we go. Get everyone out. Park you up here. Let's get you to go in here as well. Nice. Okay. I'm kind of setting this mini mission to myself to not take out any loans over the course of this episode. Whether I'm going to be able to stick to that, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I'm pretty optimistic, to be honest with you. I'm pretty optimistic. But at the same time, I've been optimistic beforehand, and I've been sorely let down. All right, you know what? I can't afford any new trains at the moment, so let's just merge. Let's just merge these together. And then we can buy some new trains in a little bit. We got 227 workers, 112. All right. And we're not far off. We're not far off getting everyone. And you into there. Let's get you merged, and then we'll get some more trains on this route in just a little bit. Are we still able to pay back our... Nope, we're not. We're not able to pay back our debts at the moment. That's fine. It's okay. We'll get there. We'll get there eventually. At least we're able to buy food and stuff, right? Like, that's the important thing. Debts are still okay. Escapes are still okay. That's great. I'm sure that it's happening somewhere. It's just happening in a very sort of small section that I don't really care enough about to actually find out where the debts and escapes are happening from. So we're not gonna worry about it too much. Okay, plastics are looking good. I hope. They're not looking as good as they could be, to be brutally honest. They are not looking as good as they could be. I wonder, are we filled up at the other end? Ah. The fuel has not been set. The fuel has not been set. Let's, there we go. Let's buy fuel with dollars this time. Also, look at our money. Excellent. Great news. Wonderful news. This building is without a power supply. Does that make a difference? Does that make a difference? I don't know. No, yeah, so the warehouse is... Wait, hold on. No, it doesn't make a difference. So as long as the pad has a power supply... As long as the pad has a power supply, it looks like... Yeah, it looks like it's able to unload into the warehouse. Cool. All right, I mean, that's all fine and dandy. That's grand. I'm going to turn off the auto purchasing of plastic because I am ridiculously optimistic that we are never going to need plastic ever again. Mechanical components. Now, mechanical components, what are we currently doing with them? We're just chunking them over here. So first and foremost, let's turn off the auto purchase of mechanical components here, right? Next thing that we want to do is we probably want to get another distribution office up and running. I kind of hate this because we have so many freaking distribution offices. But I promise this is going to be the last one. Famous last words, of course. Yeah, let's do this. So we'll get another distribution office. I was going to build a small one, but I always regret building small ones. So let's build a big one instead. And then we'll buy a whole bunch of trucks. It can basically just shift mechanical components out via truck to everywhere. I kind of don't love it. I kind of feel like maybe the better idea when it comes to like supply chain logistics is to have like a couple of central warehouses that helicopters deliver to and then helicopters transport from. You know, so instead of bringing everything right to the very edge of the map, we move everything to the center of the map, and then from there we're able to disperse it out with helicopters again. You know, kind of like a hub and spoke model, I think is the technical term. Let's get these. Yeah, I don't think they're not the biggest, but we don't have these trucks in operation yet. So let's get you load mechanical components. I mean, just storage percent above 0. Yeah, that's fine. And then unload there if storage percent is below 50. Cool. All right, that should work, right? I believe. No, hold on. We shouldn't do from there. We should do from here. There we go. Mechanical components. Excellent. Right. Are you going to... You going to jump into action? Storage percent is less than 70. There we go. All right, we got there in the end. Now, it's not only that facility that I want to disperse to. I also want to disperse to the facility over here. Yeah, unload 70%. I mean, mechanical components are not super required, but it seems silly not to get them over there. And it's something to do with our mechanical components, to be honest. I mean, I don't know why we just don't sell them. It would be easier to just airlift them via helicopter if we wanted to actually move them, but it's fine. Also, there's a couple of ambulances that haven't arrived. It's kind of irritating. Let's also turn off auto purchasing of mechanical components here. I don't think that we're going to need it. Electronics and electronic components, that is something that we want to consider. The other thing that we want to consider is, it's in various industry, isn't it? It is indeed. Yeah, the fabric factory. The fabric factory and the corresponding clothing factory. 5 tons of fabric per workday. Yeah. I mean, if we were to do this anywhere, it would have to be in this vicinity somewhere. The problem is this area is so crammed. So rammed, even. Crammed and rammed. We just smash this down here? Maybe we do that. Yeah, maybe we do this, actually. What do we need? Chemicals? We've got them all in the circuit anyway. Crops as well. We also have crops here. 1 fabric factory to two clothing factories. Okay. Only problem is the walking distance. I think that we can make this work. Let's give that a shot. Yep. And then clothing factory. Can I maybe squeeze this in a slightly different orientation? Because I have a funny feeling that we're not going to be able to fit a walk route in here. We're close. We're very close to making it all work. Just needs to be moved. Now, in an ideal world, we don't have to... Yeah, let's see if this works. In an ideal world, we don't have to add any forklifts to the process here. But of course, we may have to. Excuse me? Ah, there we go. Alright, grand. Is that going to be within walking distance of the train station? Oh boy, it's going to be tight, isn't it? It's going to be tight. You know what? I'm super optimistic that it'll be fine. I am super duper optimistic it'll be fine. So, pedestrian bridge. Let's keep the high-level pedestrian bridges coming. Angle of connection is too sharp. That's fine. Well, maybe it's not super fine, actually. Okay. Pedestrian tunnel? Can we tunnel? Yeah, we're not able to tunnel under here because there is no hill. Makes perfect sense, actually. Okay. What if we just do something a little bit more simple? So we try and maybe get the bridge down. Or maybe, yeah, something like this. Oh, it's so close to working. Yeah, in there. Now, I realize I am compromising fire safety for this vision that I have here. But my vision is too great. It's too great to ignore. Because, frankly, fire safety sucks. Right, so get this over here. Building is in the way. What's the building that's in the way? I see no building that's in the way. There's a micrometer here. There we go. He's found it. He's found it. Okay, so these pads are particularly problematic. Right. Let's see if we can maybe get a overpass styled setup to bring it down. This is... Can we actually just connect this to the ground? Oh, I didn't even realize that. Oh, that's very cool. That's very, very cool. All right, then another one. Squeeze this in here. This is gonna be a tight fit, isn't it? Oh my goodness, he's only gone and done it. And then over here. Okay, excellent. And then I dare say another one of these. I'm gonna have to ditch that, but that's fine. Is that... Yeah, I don't think that's level. In fact, hold on. I can just place down... Yeah, I just place down this, and it'll auto-connect for me. How cool. Okay, now this is the real... It's the real test here. Is this all gonna work? I have no idea. I'm just not sure. I'm nervous. I'm very, very nervous. So, we want to get another clothing factory at this side. Yeah, so... Classic orbital potato fashion. We're going to ditch a couple of wires. Never to think about them ever again. And we're going to do something like that over there. Okay, again, fire safety completely out the window. But this will connect up here. I really, for the sake of everything that is good in this world, hope that this is going to work. All right, let's build. Let's see what the damage is. Let's see what the unbelievably cool walk route looks like. It looks very cool. Right. Not seeing any change at the moment. This might be out of range. Get that in there. Will that fix things? No. Is there a perhaps... There's a missing connection here. There's a missing connection here. There's still hope. There's still hope. There's still hope. Come on. Come on. Send it. Send it. Make it happen. It works! It absolutely works! Oh my goodness gracious me. We've built a roller coaster. An absolute roller coaster of a walk route here. But it is absolutely going to supply workers to this area here. Right, whilst I remember, let's nab a reconnected pole system over here. I have to hope that that fire trucks can drive up overpasses. If not, if there's a fire in the clothing factory, we're gonna be in trouble. We're gonna be in real trouble. We are gonna be in real trouble. Anyway. Here, here, here. Excellent. Let's freaking go. So we just need to what? Supply... Oh, we need to build this. Yeah, need to build that. Need to build that. And we need crops and chemicals. Hold on. Yeah, this is all looking fine. Let's remove that connection. Let's add this as a connection. There we go. And we need to unload crops, chemicals. We need to pick crops up. Load. Load, load. Load. Chemicals. All right. I think that's going to immediately... Yeah, jump into action. Love to see it. Oh, that's cracking. That's really, really good news. That is really, really good news. Okay, how we're going to get the clothes out of here is to be decided, actually. In fact, that's a huge problem that I haven't even considered. How on earth we get the clothes out of this area. Because we don't have a road connection, and we can't get a road connection. Okay, well, I might have screwed the pooch on this one a little bit, but actually, I don't think that I have. I don't think that I have. I think that there is still hope. There is still hope. We can very easily... Hold up. Yeah, we can very easily integrate this into the network. And let's let that go. Let's ditch this in just a second. We can integrate this into the network, and just like that, we have managed to get a an export route for everything that we could possibly need. That's great. That's really, really good. That's really, really good indeed. We need to reconnect that. Unload at the fabric factory. Crops and chemicals. This is good. This is really, really good. Okay, I'm gonna build one more modded forklift facility. There we go. One of these. Let's get it built. Nice. And, yeah, sure. We'll just buy some of these. Okay. So then we're going to move from here. We're going to say load clothing. And we're going to move right up to here. And we're going to unload right over yonder. All right. Let's see if that makes a difference. Let's see if that actually works. We need fabric. We need crops. We should have all of the things that we need. It's just a matter of time, frankly. There we go. Look at that. We're getting close. We're getting close. This is great. I do kind of probably want some fabric as well at some point, though. Like that's a bit of a problem. Now, there should be some excess left over. If we're able to manage 100% production, then there should be some excess left over. I should probably just auto-purchase some crops with dollars for now, so that we can maintain pretty close to 100% production here. Yeah, I'll make sure that we've got some chemicals in there as well, because although I would like to prioritize local production, it's not super imperative. Right, warehouse, say unload fabric, and you can load fabric up. Nice. So we've got a little bit of overspill mechanisms in place now, so we're making clothes. We should be able to make fabric. Let's increase the amount of fabric that we store here, increase the number of clothes that we store here. And if we're able to backlog 100% of the clothing storage space that's allocated in this warehouse, then we will move on over to producing much more fabric instead. So I'm pretty happy with that. That's not necessarily terrible. The bad news is that we're going to see a decline in the amount of food and the amount of alcohol that is produced. Honestly, I'm not super bothered if that's the case. I think we can just about live with a little bit less food. We seem to be doing fine for the stuff anyway. Deaths are still good. That's excellent. Man, this is looking great. We have 1,700 adults that are still living with their parents, which is very embarrassing, actually. And I'm not entirely sure where it is. I've got to imagine that it must be in Turistovsky. I have to imagine it must be in Turistovsky. This is Kolovskaysky, which I still love the name of the place. Yeah, we're still doing fine for coal over here. Turistovsky. 1,200 here, so that means we've got 700 living somewhere else. I mean, that's, in and of itself, kind of bonkers, actually. Yeah, that's crazy. I almost feel like maybe we could do with adding a couple of houses to the media village. Yeah. Maybe that's not the craziest idea in the world. Here's the thing, though. I'm not really that bothered about doing that. I'm not really that bothered about doing that at all. Are we almost done with the runway? Oh, we almost are. The reason that I'm not too bothered, also, yeah, we're fine for temperature here. We don't have, I see, we don't have a heat exchange here. Yeah, the reason that I'm not super bothered, about fixing that problem right now is because, frankly, I've got another problem that I want to fix. I have another problem that I would like to fix. Underground heating pipe, of course we can't because all of the infrastructure is already built. I mean, this really incentivizes being clever with your construction priorities. You know, and actually planning out a decent city in advance so that you have all of the heat pipes in place before you actually begin construction. There we go. Are we at maximum output here? We might be, actually. What do we store in each of these? We store... I think it's 300... Yeah, it's 300 meters cubed. So we should be fine, because we've only got 2 pipes coming out of here, so that's 300, 300, and then another 300 now. Cool. Alright, is that... Oh, boy, that's nasty. How did that happen? How on earth did that happen? Well, what? Am I not connecting these pipes up? Oh, that looks like it worked. Even though there was a pipe... Yeah, that pipe connection does not look very connected to me. Oh, that... Yeah, that looks dangerous. That looks very, very dangerous. Well, it looks like it's all one section of pipe, though, if I go to the deselect tool. So that's kind of nice. Either way, that's going to fix the airport terminal heat and also the heliport heat, neither of which requires much heating at all, actually, but there we go. Right, so the other thing that I said that I wanted to do over the course of this episode was to properly sort out tourism. So, at this moment in time, we are currently bussing in tourists from this point and this point. We're not touching this point. Nope. And if we're not touching this point, you know what we gotta do? That's right, we gotta build a freaking helipad. And hopefully, this is gonna allow tourists just to literally walk across the border. I'm gonna do this cool little thing called using hotkeys. There we go. So that goes in there, that goes in there. And then we will set up fuel auto purchase in just a second. But the whole crux of the plan is to basically get one of these and one of these at near enough every single area around the periphery of the map, so that we're able to bring tourists in huge numbers. Now, of course, we're not going to be moving the airport. The airport is staying where it is. I love the idea that we have like a tourist service, like a tourist shuttle service. Like, I dearly love that idea. But for every other port, it just doesn't make sense to sort of consolidate them into... Doesn't make sense to consolidate the tourists from, 3 stops into a single airport and then, link it with shuttle buses and whatnot. It's just too much of a faff. It's just too much of a faff. This way, it'll actually guaranteed work. There we go. All right. Comrade, that's all of the good Soviet tourists that are going to be coming into the country. Now, let us turn to the imperialists. There we go. Nab that. Nab that. I realize, by the way, I am spending an atrociously large amount of cash on this process. Is it going to pay me back? Probably. Probably at some point. When? I'm just not quite sure. We'll just have to wait and see. Also, I really didn't realize how many customs houses that actually exist around the map. It's a number. It's a big old number. I think we're pretty much done, actually. That didn't even take as long as I was anticipating. Yeah, so this is one that is linked up to the airports. That's linked to the airports. This one is not delivered to the airport. Oh, actually, no, tell a lie. It is. This is linked to the airports. And then this one over here, we know that we've got regular buses. We only take 6 tourists. Do I have line spacing on this line? I'm pretty certain that I turned it on. I did indeed. I love the fact that you can enable line spacing. That's so cool. So that's looking good. We've obviously got a service from here. We've got 0 tourists waiting for pickup there. That's cracking. Obviously, we have tourists coming in from here, so that's grand. And that's it. That is it. Also, we currently have bus services that run between, yeah, these two customs houses over here, which is fine. I kind of like the idea of, you know, doing shuttle transports via helicopter instead of bus, but that's okay. All right, let's get some fuel auto purchased. Let's see if... Do we have any fuel, actually? Yeah, we got a decent amount of fuel. It's being distributed to places. Kind of need to, yeah, add this and add this as a fuel drop-off point. Because it is kind of imperative that these areas always have fuel. But I will work on auto-purchasing it for now. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Man, we're gonna be done. We're gonna be done with the runway any second now. How great is that? That's really, really great. Okay, so airport services these three. This is sorted. This is sorted. This is sorted. This is not sorted. Temperature in the building is too low. Yeah, we're just gonna have to tank it, to be honest. We're just gonna have to deal with that. There is no way around it, unfortunately. There is no way around it. Speaking of no way around it, I'm wondering if I actually just bite the bullet and, you know, take out another 2 million ruble loan. The problem here is that helicopters are expensive. Helicopters are expensive. If I'm not making them, I mean, well, technically they're expensive even if I am making them. But they're expensive, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. So are tourists able to just come off the, you know, come off the border? I hope so. I sincerely hope so. Otherwise, we are going to have some serious problems. We should at least do a test, right? I'm buying in all this flipping fuel for apparently no reason. Anyway, let's let's do a test. Also, why is this not working? Aha. There we go. Fine. Right, so this is the place. This is the place that we are going to test out first. Let's buy ourselves a helicopter. Right, a nice big one, I think. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Okay, and we will plumb you in here. And we'll just move you back to here. Right, I keep wanting to use this passenger helipad. But to be honest, this one really should get demolished. But I'm not going to do that because I might need it at some point in the future. If this doesn't work as a... excuse me? Another pipe pumping station. That's super... non-essential. Yeah, that's not required. Look, we lost the previous one. Ditch it. There we go. Fine. Right, so if tourists don't want to come to the airport here, or passenger heliport, I guess, we can always arrange a bus service, and then the bus services can just go between these two places. I don't really love the idea of that happening. I'm kind of just hoping that once the helicopter arrives, which should be fairly soon, actually. Yes, it's en route as we speak. I'm kind of just hoping that once the tourists see that there is transport for them, they should just be able to immediately get on board and get to where they need to go. But we'll have to wait and see if that actually does make a difference. Tourists can definitely walk here. That's grand. All right. Tourists, tourists, tourists. Any tourists interested in... Nobody? Nobody's really interested in getting on board here. Are we going to need to get a bus set up? Are we going to need to get a bus set up? It's not the end of the world if we have to. There's no way that we can sort of trigger the... There's no way that we can sort of trigger the tourists to walk into the country. I mean, I guess that makes sense. It's just not... It's not wonderful, I guess. It's a little frustrating. We only need to build one road vehicle depot, though. Again, this is just the test. This is the test, right? Let's buy anything with dollars. Literally anything with dollars. Okay. Sure. And here, go. The only problem with this entire operation is the fact that we're going to need to get petrol stations nearby. And if I said, oh, yeah, I'm not over the moon about having to link up, you know, 3 points to an airport, I'm certainly not over the moon about having to link this setup up. Right, so tourists will wait how long here? They'll wait for 12 hours. Where's the helicopter at the moment? Either way, if this is the price that we have to pay, then I'm happy to pay it. I just wish that I didn't have to get a fuel station here as well, which I absolutely categorically know that I'll have to do. The good news is, of course, that we have the infrastructure already in place. We have the power infrastructure already here, and that's kind of nice. How long have you been waiting? 2 hours. Right, where's my helicopter? It must be en route. Oh, you're literally just here. Okay. So I think tourists will absolutely wait long enough. We have space for 47. And we basically carry all 47. So if we were able to get a second helicopter on this line, then that would be cracking. As it stands, it's not the end of the world, just operating with one. I think one will be just fine. But you can see now that the speed that tourists were able to enter through the border post, through the customs house, it was quick. We are gonna be in a great place with regards to tourists very, very soon indeed. Is it possible for this helicopter to fly any faster? Because it's not a particularly fast beast. I gotta be honest. It's a pretty sluggish one. Also, you just look at all of the helicopters that we have swarming the skies of this glorious republic. Oh, don't mind the fire. Oh, I don't mind the fire out of your right-hand window right now, ladies and gentlemen. Just as we're coming into land. Yes, that may be the hotel that you're staying at, but you know, the fire brigade are on their way. There's nothing to worry about. Oh, actually, hold on. Where is the fire brigade? Actually, is there a fire helicopter in action? The fire helicopter is missing. Oh, it's dropping water! Oh my goodness gracious me. How cool is that? How cool is that? So do you, what, you go back to the river? Oh my giddy aunt. I don't even care that the building's on fire. I just want to watch this happen all day. Imagine being at the beach and just watching a fire helicopter come by. Oh, that's very cool. That's very, very cool. How much is it actually doing? I feel like it's not doing a great deal. Yeah, something's not happening quite right here. The fire brigade... Ah, I see. The fire brigade are doing the best that they can. But there are no fire engines. This is somewhat of a problem. Clearly Sergey has decided not to call this one in, and Sergey is just wanting to be the hero of the hour himself. So this is why we're going to get Sergey a compatriot, and we're also going to get some engines. We're going to get a sky crane. Sure, we'll get a sky crane. We can actually afford one of these things. I would also kind of like the money to buy proper fire engines, because that is kind of important. You know what? This justifies taking out a little loan. You need hardly any money for fire engines. I don't know where they all went. In fact, no, I do. Tell a lie. I do know where they went. I got rid of them. There we go. Right. Please forgive me for my transgressions. Anyway, let's get the helicopter up in the air. This is turning into quite a fire. Quite a fire. But the helicopter is working hard. I'm delighted that we're actually able to see. I'm delighted that we're able to see Go, go, go. Go, 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 go. Get to the fire station. This is very, very much on fire now. This is a huge problem. Give me some people from Turistovsky. I had not factored into my plans this thing burning down. Here we go. Go, 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 go. We've got 2 helicopters that are now dropping water. It's making painfully little difference. Are the fire trucks coming? The fire trucks ain't coming. They're just chilling. They're just chilling. Okay, I mean, look, this is highly problematic. I feel like I am definitely, you know, partly to blame for this situation. But also there is another fire station pretty nearby. There's a fire station over here, which for some weird reason can't seemingly reach. Oh, is this a fuel issue? Yeah, it can't. Oh no, I tell you why it can't reach is because of this little road that I got rid of. Okay, well this is highly embarrassing. I hope that the tourists don't take this too badly. 11 were killed, 15 are awaiting an ambulance. The building is about to collapse. I would advise getting out, if it's all possible. That would seem like a prudent thing to do. But I also just don't understand why we're not dispatching the proper vehicles here. Like there's a road connection here, I think, isn't there? Maybe there's not. Oh, no. Oh, fire safety. Oh, this is why you don't skimp on fire safety, folks. This is why you don't skimp on fire safety. Road connections, as it turns out, kind of imperative. All right, well, you know what? The good news is that, I mean, this is a fantastic excuse to build a monument. Yeah, build a monument. Build a monument. Just before the fire is even, you know, finished, let's build a monument to all of our comrades who died in the fire. A fire that was so unbelievably small and so inefficiently handled that it just turned into a wild, crazy, raging inferno. I am in a state of shock. This is crazy. This is crazy. Airport's almost done, though, so we can have more people come and look at the fire in appalling circumstances. You know what? Maybe I can do something. Maybe I can do something about this. Maybe I can... I don't know. Can I add another fire station to do helicopter transports? I mean, this is... there is no way that we're going to be able to sustain... There's no way that we're going to be able to sustain the fire at this pace. The helicopters are just picking up water too slow. I mean, look, they're doing a great job. They're doing a grand old job. I'm impressed. I'm very, very impressed. Total material damage, 837,000 rubles. That's a lot of rubles. That's a lot of rubles. 85 deaths. I'm pretty certain that that is the greatest number of deaths that I have, frankly, ever seen. That is remarkable. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen who have come to visit this glorious nation, we'll have to put you up in alternative accommodation because the helicopter that you were assigned to has just burnt down. But that's okay. That's okay. I'm sure it'll be fine. Anyway, helicopters mobilize. We should... There we go. Get on top of that. There we go. Grand. Yeah, so if we could do some reconstruction efforts really quick, you know, at least if tourists are going to have to be moved from one hotel to another, if they're going to have to endure that inconvenience, then we should at least try to show them how quickly we're able to build stuff. We're not good at much else around here. We're not great at much else. But you know, honestly, all in all, things are coming on just fine. Things are coming on just fine. How's the TU-144 coming along? I think we're going to get it next episode. I think we're going to get it next episode. I also think that we're probably going to get the Ljubljana next episode, too. Now, we are a little indebted at the moment. What's our rate of interest? 6.5%? That's not even that bad. That's not even that bad. We took out 120,000 ruble loan this episode. That was literally to buy 2 fire engines, which didn't do a gosh darn thing. And I'm very frustrated that they decided not to. Because if they had decided to jump into this, then it would have been grand. But again, it goes back to the way that the game decides to calculate what to do under certain circumstances. So, actually, hold up. We could maybe ditch this. See if we can maybe get a road connection in here. Hey, look at that. We should have done that. We should have done that ages ago. And we should also get that upgraded to an asphalt road. Anyway, the point is, this is worth repeating purely for people who may not know. If the building has got storage slots or vehicle slots just outside in the car park, or like this one for example, it means that the fire engines are required to drive up to the building via road. If the building has no parking slots, kind of like the gym, for example, then the fire trucks will be able to drive along a pathway. So that's the situation. There you go. We just need hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of workers, and then we're gonna get this. We're gonna get this thing built. Either way, I do think that we're gonna see somewhat of a renaissance when it comes to tourists. I think we absolutely are. Do we need more tourist transport? I almost feel like we kind of do. Having one singular tourist transport at the moment is probably somewhat inadequate. Yeah. Well, maybe one is enough. Maybe one is enough. You never know. It's a pretty short route that this train has to commute around. It's fine. Either way, so what did we learn there? First of all, we learned don't sell your fire engines. Second of all, don't rely solely on helicopters. I like them. I like them a lot. They're great. Clearly, there is an over-reliance situation going on at the moment. But that's, to some degree, that's fine because they're so freaking cool. I kind of don't care. This is also looking pretty good, this tourist route here. Yeah, don't mind if I do. It's looking grand. Where's the bus? Is the bus still kicking around? The bus is absolutely still kicking around. And we should be moving pretty much every single tourist from the Segadoria customs house into the helicopter facility. And then across to humble Disneylandovsk. And I gotta be honest, I'm pretty darn chuffed with that. How on earth we have so many dollars after all this time, I still don't know. It's probably worth an inquiry. Let's see. Export of resources, Western countries, steel. We're exporting steel to the West. And aluminium, actually. It might be worth changing that so that we start exporting steel to, Soviet countries, so that we can maybe, just maybe, start paying off some of our debts. I'm kind of relying on the TU-144 to do that, though. And to be brutally honest, I think it is going to do that. I think it is. I think it's going to be fantastic. We have just about survived winter. Debts are looking a little hairy, but to be honest, we've got extra capacity. We've got extra capacity in the system. That sounds absolutely horrible to say, but it's true. We do have capacity in the system, and we're pretty close. All right, well, I think that's a pretty good place to wrap this episode up. And we're beginning the reconstruction effort. Of course, we have completed the emblem. We should get this properly renamed. Great. We're not going to call it a hotel fire. We're going to, we're going to call it something along the lines of the Great Spicy Hotel Incident of 1975. There we go. The Great Spicy Hotel Incident, 1975. My heart goes out to all those affected. Anyway, ladies and gents, thank you ever so much for watching this episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. It's been a good one. It's been a really good one. Please do indeed tune in for the next one, if indeed you're interested in continuing the story. of Potatograd and all of the other associated cities around the map. Thanks as ever to Banana and Aurelio from the $225 plus tier patrons. Thank you very much for watching, folks. I'll see you next time. Bye.